my heart is full because I found this organization that I don't know how. This is our 13th year on the radio, and I don't know how it has taken me so long to encounter Gay for Good. It is a national organization that mobilizes LGBTQ plus folks and ally volunteers to promote diversity, foster inclusion, and strengthen ties to the broader community. This is so up our alley.
It is. Better late than never.
I know. And joining us now is Executive Director for Gay for Good, Ann Friedman. Ann, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my gosh. And Happy New Year to you.
And to you as well.
Thank you. How's it going so far? Easy peasy, right?
You know, it's only a couple days in, but excited for what 2026 has in store. And we're actually just still celebrating all the amazing things we were able to accomplish in 2025.
Oh, come on now. That's what I like. That is that optimism. That is that good attitude. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about the history of Gay for Good?
Absolutely. So Gay for Good was founded in California in 2008 after the loss of marriage equality. And three friends came together looking for a way to really help neighbors get to know LGBTQ folks, hoping that by spending time together, volunteering, working together through the common cause of service might bring folks together to get to know each other, break down stereotypes, misconceptions, and really just came up with this idea of using volunteerism as a vehicle to bring people together.
It is inspired. And again, what I've been saying, the future is analog. You get stuff done and you create empathy and create ties and connections when you're face to face with people. I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's something that was very key and core to this. We know there's a lot of really amazing organizations who are out there fighting for our rights, doing great work with advocacy and in the political space. And this was really an opportunity to be boots on the ground, face to face, working alongside our neighbors, not only helping them get to know us, but helping us get to know them as well.
Yeah. So when did you get involved with Gay for Good?
So I personally got involved in 2010 when the organization was about a year and a half old.
All right. Ground floor.
Yes, I started as a volunteer. I became what we call a chapter leader, who are the leaders who organize the volunteer projects in all of the cities. We're in 23 today. And shortly after my time as a chapter leader, I joined the board of directors, and I was actually hired 7 years ago as the very first employee with Gay for Good as their first ever employee serving in the role as executive director. That was 7 years ago. We were in 10 cities, about to launch 11 and 12, and we just launched 23 chapters. So it's been a very exciting 7 years.
Yeah, yeah. So for folks who are listening out there, you know, who are, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself this show, but I'm going to keep saying it over again. When the world gets too much, when the world gets too big, go micro and start looking within your community at how you can help and how you can help make a change within your community. What kind of volunteer opportunities, like, would you say? I know each chapter is different because it changes from city to city based on each community needs, but like, what types of volunteer opportunities do you have?
Sure. I can tell you a little bit about some of the projects we've worked with historically and some of our newer partners. We work with the food bank. We work with Cradles to Crayons, Chicago Farm Works. We do help with run walks and charity events. One of our new partners, which we're really excited about, is the Birthday Party Project. It's a nonprofit that helps children who are experiencing homelessness or housing insecurity to have a birthday party on their birthday. And what we really love about doing this work in Chicago is that the Birthday Party Project, similar to us, has chapters all across the country. And so we've been able to activate our volunteers in multiple cities helping the same cause, which is really special.
That's great.
And that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also are involved, you mentioned FarmWorks, so sustainability and environmental protections is something that is also part of your mission.
Absolutely. Our founders were very keen on supporting the environment and our planet and care very deeply about it. And so that's always been core to our mission, to really think about even the vendors we use. We do probably about 15 to 20% of the nonprofits that we support are in service to environmental causes. And as a matter of fact, we are going to be announcing later this month our very first ever nationwide day of service, or I should say weekend of service, which is going to be called Pride for the Planet. event, and we're going to be activating all across the country, doing environmental projects and advocating around how LGBTQ folks and allies can do work to help our environment.
I guess that cause is as important as ever now that we have an administration that is dismantling all the climate change policies that had been in effect with under Democratic presidents. It's heartbreaking, but sounds like locally you are maintaining the cause and out there trying to make it work and make it happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any cause that needs support and can use a group of volunteers is really, there's no cause we wouldn't really support. We are all about building bridges. And if you were to visit our website, we actually celebrated the 1,000th nonprofit served in 2025 in the fall. And if you were to look at that list of 1,000 plus, now close to 1,030 nonprofits, you will see that they range from supporting service members to seniors to feeding people, outdoor projects, as you mentioned. We work with animals. There's really not a cause we will not support.
Fantastic.
It's great. So when the organization was formed and as you've taken over, not taken over, as you've assumed the role of executive director, what are the values of the organization?
Our values are to promote diversity and equity inclusion. As you mentioned, we care about the environment. It's really about community building and bridge building and bringing people together through the common cause of service. And then one of our core values is to have fun. We really believe that from the boardroom to the service projects, we want our volunteers and we want people to have fun. There's not enough joy in this world.
Right.
And you can't have too much of that. And so when we were looking at our values and talking about where we really wanted to focus, it was unanimous that was something we wanted to hold on to. That was something the original founders cared about as well. And so that is definitely something we think about in everything we do, is how can we just have a good time?
And I think it's such a great way, again, to meet other people, meet other LGBTQ folks in your community. And that's like not at a bar or not at a coffee shop. Like, it's a way just to broaden, expand your own community while you're helping take care of this community. I think it is just inspired. It's so, this sounds kind of goofy and a little Pollyannish, but what does service mean to you? Like, do you have did you grow up in a home that that where service was, there was a big emphasis on it? Because I did.
I did. I grew up in a home where it was definitely modeled to me to help other people and to give back, whether that was, donating a couple cents of your allowance or attending a charity function with one of my family members, or just rolling up our sleeves when I was in the Scouts or in other clubs in high school. Service has always just been something that was really important to me. But I think, when it comes to Gay for Good, I found this community when I had come out later in life and I had been volunteering, and the idea that I could get together and volunteer with like-minded folks and in the service of a broader mission of really helping to change the narrative about who the LGBTQ plus community was. It was just this perfect melding of my identity with something that I already intrinsically love to do.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, because again, that whole notion of bridging gaps, it seems so, I don't know, it seems so, forgive me for being it seems so retro, in terms of, we're here in a very big urban environment in Chicago. We are very, very fortunate that we live in a city where LGBTQ folks are protected by the city, by law. But there are still folks who I don't know a gay person, or I don't know a trans person, or I don't know what, and there's still this weird stigma. And there is something about well, nope, we're just here to help, pass out water at this fun run, or we're here, whatever it is, we're here to help the community. There's something about just showing your true heart that can help create empathy, and empathy creates change.
Absolutely.
100%. And I was just going to say, and what we really find is that for our volunteers, it's wonderful that we're serving the community, but at its core, Gay for Good is really for our volunteers. It's a place, as you mentioned, for them to connect, for them to make friends, for them to meet people. And despite living in great communities like Chicago or San Francisco or West Hollywood and being very inclusive, that doesn't mean that there aren't lots of folks who aren't being supported by their families, or are not out at work, or maybe they're sober and they're looking for a way to connect with people in a space that's free and doing something really meaningful. And so it provides this place for community building that's really, really special.
I'm looking at some of the markets that you're in with the 2021, 22 chapters. I see most of them look like blue cities, shall we say, for the most part. Is there a commitment to try to get to some of these other areas that are more red, shall we say, and have maybe a...
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at some of our more recent chapters, we did launch a chapter in Arkansas roughly 2 years ago.
I saw Arkansas.
We just launched our Charlotte Metro chapter just 2 months ago. So we are looking to expand into cities where there isn't as much opportunity, as well as the big cities.
Sure.
Wherever we have leaders who are ready to raise their hand and organize projects, we want to welcome that.
Because I bring it up because, it's all about visibility. It's all about, people that are in communities, in small towns, in states, southern states where, inclusivity is not high on the list down there. It's so important when people can get to know trans people, gay people. It's the only thing I think that's going to change their mind and get them to feel more like a empathetic human rather than somebody that's kind of excluded and kind of away from diversity. And because it's the best way is like, it's always about people getting to know people and realizing, wow, they're just like me. They're just they make different choices. So good. I'm glad that there is a concerted effort. And I did notice Arkansas and Charlotte in there. And just I'm happy to hear that you're trying to get into those markets because I think that's where real work can be done for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I thank you for being so specific to Chicago with our conversation so far. But also, folks listen to us all across the country, not just in Chicago. So say somebody is listening, in Memphis, Tennessee, or somewhere in Texas, and they're like, this sounds like a really interesting organization. How can they get involved? And if there isn't a chapter that's in their neck of the woods, how can they maybe begin the process of starting a chapter?
Good question.
Sure. So the first way to get involved is obviously being in a city, one of the 23 plus that we're located in. That's the easy button, and going to our website and getting on our mailing list. If you're not in one of those cities, though, you can just email us at hello@gayforgood.org, spelled out GAYFORGOOD.org, and ask. And we will start a conversation about what that looks like. Of course, there's lots of factors that go into building a chapter and making sure that we have the right team in place.
Right.
And financially, there's a cost to starting up new cities. So there's many things that go into it. It's not just make a phone call and boom, we're started.
Right.
But that is how each chapter has formed. And as a matter of fact, many have formed out of people moving from one city to another. And so we'll have experienced leaders who leave and find themselves relocating and say, how can I start this in my community? And that's been one of the ways that we've expanded over the years as well.
So I know you said that you've already served over 1,000 different nonprofits. About how many volunteers do you have worked with Gay for Good?
In any given year, we have about 5,000 to 6,000 currently that come out. And of those 5,000 to 6,000, many of them are volunteering more than one time. So we're filling a lot of volunteer slots across the country. This year, we had about 135 chapter leaders throughout 2025 who organized over 600 events.
Wow.
So it was quite a lot. And of those 600 events, there was about 300 different nonprofits that were served by our volunteers in 2025.
Oh my God.
Good for gay, good for you.
I know. And Friedman, this is just giving me so many goosebumps and all the good feels because again, this year has gotten off to a very interesting start, and if we're looking to give back to the community, I said at the beginning, my intention this year is all about community, strengthening, creating, broadening. If you're looking for those sorts of opportunities, there's nothing better than gayforgood.org is for where you to go. I know we do have a chapter here in Chicago. There are, as you said, 23 chapters
23
chapters across the country. So if you want to find out more information, go to gayforgood.org. And when is there going to be this environmental focus? Is that Just
That's
being
going to be in April, the weekend of April 18th and 19th.
Around Earth
and
Day.
we
That
will
makes
be-
total sense.
It will be. Yeah, it's Earth Month. It's also National Volunteer Month. So the two come together very beautifully.
Yes.
And it's actually a theme that we put a couple of themes in front of our chapter leaders and let them vote this year on what we were going to do. And so we're really excited to see that come together and engage folks all over. And there will be opportunities for our National Earth Month project for folks who are outside of one of our chapter cities to be able to get involved virtually, or as I would call it, more independently. So we will be offering a menu of ways that folks can support all across the country.
Oh my gosh, Ann Friedman, thank you. It's a balm on my soul. I feel so buoyed and optimistic about going out and doing some good work. So please come back often. If you have wonderful news that we can help.
No, let's do this again.
Please. Ann
appreciate
Friedman,
you.
Executive
Thank you.
Director for Gay for Good. If you want to find out more information about the organization, the nonprofits that they work with, if there's a chapter near you, go to gayforgood.org, spelled out GAYFORGOOD.org. Ann Friedman, thank you for the work that you
so
do,
much.
and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much for having us. This was such a great way to kick off the new year.
We agree. Thank you, Ann. Our pleasure.
Thank you.